Are we born as an empty vessel, or do we come with a hard drive that is pre-programmed? And does that hard drive include a program for failure? And in that situation, do we embrace failure as an opportunity or something bad? Or could it be that life is a process of birth and rebirth, like my third generation craftsman contractor father, who taught me about quality and made me rebuild my tree house 3 times before he would let me and my friends use it? Or my mom, who was a one-room school teacher, and our classroom was the woodland behind our house, where she taught us to look carefully and be able to predict where the best mushrooms and blackberries would be found the following season. And she believed that failure was an incredible opportunity for learning. One of my professors, Bucky Fuller, gave me new insight into this whole issue. He told me that we're all born geniuses and we're gradually de-geniused by our parents and our teachers. He also taught me that his most incredible breakthroughs came as a direct result of failure. Being in the Navy during Vietnam, I got an opportunity to witness other cultures and other places. And while there, more importantly, I was forced to confront for the first time the conflict between our capacity for beauty, love, and violence. How can love and violence coexist? I left Vietnam and returned to my home in the heartland to try to seek answers to those questions. And I thought there were among the people the place and the people I best knew might be the best opportunity for me to seek answers to those questions. I immersed myself originally when I arrived there in raising my family and in architecture. Great employers, projects, competitions, awards, and recognition dimmed my memory of that violence until the civil disturbances of 1968 woke me from my slumber. We moved to the heart of the city, just blocks away from the charred remains of those riots. And I joined a black-white dialogue group. I began restoring empty buildings and revitalizing neighborhoods. I was wondering if this could give me some insight into why human failure causes this kind of degradation. Some answers and new insights seemed to be emerging and getting a little more clear to me when one of my projects, a Hyatt Regency in Kansas City, suffered a major collapse. And I spent the longest night of my life on the rescue team. My first question was, did I kill all these people? And as that question was answered, other questions emerged. What is the impact of our designs on the people we intend to serve? Are we improving their well-being, their vitality, the vitality of the neighborhood, the city, the planet, or not? This failure had hit the restart button on my life. And I began asking these questions of Amory Lovins, Leon Shenandoah, Wes Jackson, anyone who would listen to me. And they were incredibly kind and generous to me. Leon especially, who taught me about inspiration, the great spirit within us, the ultimate truth, he called it. The AIA, Environmental Protection Agency, and countless others helped me create the Committee on the Environment, later the U.S. Green Building Council, the greening of the White House, the Pentagon, and on, and then the LEED rating system, which is now transforming the way we design and build American cities. Scientists in Antarctica introduced me to the undeniable links between our community designs and global climate change, and in turn, its links to everything that can take us off the planet: drought, flooding, ice melt, food, species extinction, etc. I left Antarctica with some very new questions about, is it possible to reach for restorative design? And my questions put me back to Bacon and Descartes, who gave us Western scientific thought, giving rise to the Industrial Revolution. Remember, this was at a time when we thought we had unlimited resources and just too few people. But this thinking created an insatiable appetite for resources, removing entire mountain ranges and destroying towns, streams, and ecosystems, setting all the records for consumption, waste, and pollution. We've now been exploring designs that have received LEED Platinum certification, AIA's top 10 Green Design Awards, and these designs in aggregate prove that consumption waste are just old ideas, that we can start to design to increase our well-being, our health, and the vitality of our social, economic, and environmental systems. 2 years ago, we introduced the Living Building Challenge at Green Build, and last year we won the first design award for living buildings with this project in upstate New York at the Amiga Institute, which shows that we can reach for regenerative design. We can create more than we destroy. I think it's hard to argue with the scientific evidence of Jim Lovelock and Jim Hansen, who believe that we've waited too late to make the level of changes that will be required if the human family is to have success on this planet. But I choose to believe that you can accomplish more change than they thought. As we move from a culture of fear to a culture of hope, will we rebuild the infrastructure of the last 2 centuries and reinvest in obsolete economic systems of consumption, waste, and pollution? Or will we create new regenerative systems? I think Churchill was right. Will you join me in proving that Lovelock was wrong and that we can create new economic and community models that will give our children reason to be optimistic? And since time is not our friend, will you make your first commitment before sunrise tomorrow morning? Thank you.